Yes, that's right. Those that can do, but those that can do more teach. Yes, you know who I'm responding to. My lovely troll that tells me that the only reason I teach is because I can't trade. But you got it twisted, my man. And I'm not the only one. I taught in the classroom for over 15 years. And I wasn't teaching because I couldn't do the work. I was brought to teaching because I was an expert in my field. I was so far ahead of what I was doing. They wanted me to come in and teach and help the students that are coming along so that they can take what I did and kind of move on from it and grow and take it to new heights. Now, and I didn't leave teaching because I didn't like teaching. I left because I had the ability or the opportunity to give my family the life that I wanted to give them all along. Plus, I could also touch more students outside of the four walls that were in my class. But it's not about trading. I still teach new teachers who are just like me, industry professionals that went out, did the work, made their mark in their industry, and now we want them to come into class and teach our students. And so I teach those teachers. They go through me to get certified to go in the classroom to teach. So now, instead of me touching the students that were in my classroom, I'm touching students that were in classrooms throughout the state. So teaching is my first passion. It's my love, and I'm going to continue to do it. But just wanted to give you that message because, I think you really got it twisted. I'm really feeling better this week. This is a whole lot better start to this week than last week. I didn't realize it. It took 3 or 4 days for it to sink in and for somebody to tell me, look, you got the flu. And I dealt with that thing. Everybody in my household was sick. I just hung up with my brother-in-law. Everybody out there got sick. So somebody in that church up in North Carolina last Saturday night, they had the flu and just gave it to a whole bunch of us that were up in there at the birthday party. So, it's amazing how this thing, kind of moved around. But it's all well and good. We're all better. We're all getting stronger. I feel so much better. And we can see it in my trading. I was able to go at it full speed today and, make a little bit of money. So really happy about that. But that's all the ranting I have to do right now. So let's go over here and check it out, and I can show you what we did. All right, guys, one more day to take advantage of our 2nd anniversary special. Giving you $200 off our yearly subscription. And with that, you get access to everything. Classes, every class that we teach, all of the live webinars that we do every week. You get everything. Actually, with any subscription you choose, you get everything. I will not charge you for a class or any new classes that I do. I'm all about education and making sure you guys have the best chance of being successful without throwing all your money away before you get it in the market. So I want to make sure that you guys start off on the right foot. You get $200 off the yearly subscription. This is the last yearly subscription special we're going to have at least until the summertime, maybe around July 1st. The quarterly and the monthly specials, we may be doing those, here and there sporadically, but just don't really do a whole lot of those. So if you want to take advantage of it, you got till midnight tomorrow. After that, it's see ya. All right, so today we traded CAT, and this is what I was looking at. It reported earnings, and like every stock that we've seen for the last couple of weeks, this thing started moving early. It started moving pre-market and kind of made you feel like, I just can't take this trade. Because when it set up, we were below 20 on the RSI. I mean, just below 20, which, if I see that coupled with some other things, I just never take the trade. But so it was really close to me, for it to get cut before it even set up. But you can see we had a nice window here. And I felt if we started to sell off and we were going to short, I had a nice window to make some money in. We had the 50 up here acting as resistance. We had this 127, 84-ish. These levels are within 5 or 10 cents. They're not to the penny. And you don't worry about trying to get it to the penny. You want to get it as close as possible, because this is actually not a specific price. This is really, the levels are like price ranges. And so, we had a level up here. Then we had 124.50-ish, I think, or 124.49, 123.31. We had some nice windows. So this is the one that I kind of locked in on. And, we'll talk about NVDA in a minute. That was another one that started, going nuts pre-market. But we'll look at that here in a minute. So on CAT, obviously I'm looking at my opening range trades. Now, when you come in the market with a clear mind, all you do is when the stock triggers, you already have your plan. I already made my trade plan pre-market. I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew exactly where my profit targets were going to be. And, I was good with that. So 5-minute opening range breakdown. As soon as it triggers, we enter without question. Now, if we're tired or, frustrated, or, we have preoccupied right before the market opens, a lot of times we may miss this entry, or we may have a bad entry. So, the idea is catch it on the break, catch profit at your first target, and then sit back and see if you're going to get to your second target or not. Well, in this case, I was all fired up. I guess I was a little too fired up. I got in right on time, got my first profit, and instead of me putting in my next profit target, I was going to put in the stop, and I ended up putting in the wrong, doing a sell order instead of buy, and I ended up adding 150 shares back to my position. And so it just wasn't working. I could tell in the price action that this is where we were going to bounce. It's what we talk about every day when the stock gets here and what we're looking at in the price action. So I just went ahead and killed it. I wasn't going to let it take me negative. I had already messed up and added back by mistake. And so I just ended up killing it, locking in the profit. So it was a really nice trade. We had really nice profit on this, this move here. It doesn't look like much on this, but you're talking about a little over a point on 300 shares. That's not bad at all. So we bounced, and here I'm looking for the rejection here. So we get in, and it just was not, it didn't make the move I wanted it to make. We should have sold off, at least come back closer to this to test. But when we started to bounce here, that's when I got out. And, You know, it was really right on time because we went all the way back up the VWAP, kind of messed around here. And so I waited until we really established and got some, you know, we slowed down here and established below this 5-minute opening range low and the 9 right here. And so I got in as soon as we broke the low of this candle. Ended up taking some profit here. This was according to plan. And got some here. You know, here would have been a nice place to do it, but I felt that we may not get this far. So let me take some profit here so that I could lock in some and just kind of ride this down. And you can see I just rode this down. Had another little piece left here and, you know, ended up getting stopped out back up here. You know, once we claimed the 20 and the 9 for good, I mean, it looked like we claimed it for good, I went ahead and took it off. Here I was okay with it. I was waiting to see it. But look at this. This is clear gearing up. You know, we did make a lower low here, which kind of kept me in a little bit, you know, a couple of ticks longer. But when we started gearing and grinding again, had to get out of it. Which turned out to be the right play. So reading price action, when you're focused and you're clear and you're reading price action, you can make the right decisions like this. You know, because even though I wanted it to go and take out this level and get down to around 121, you don't know what the stock's going to do. You don't know who's behind it. So you have to trade what the chart is telling you is going to give you. And that's what we did here. So really solid day, 536.04. We did have 12 tickets. I should have had 10. But, you know, that's only $12, $13 that we added to this, that we took away from it. So, you know, not bad at all. You know, 536.04, I will start any week out like that. I mean, that's more than what I made all last week. So I will definitely take that. Really nice day. Tomorrow, I can't trade the open, but I will be there pre-market. So if we get in moves like we got today pre-market, I'm going to nail them. Now I've got to take my son to the doctor tomorrow morning, probably around 9:40, 9:50 that we will leave the house. So I'm not going to really focus on trading the open, but I will be focusing on pre-market. And boy, don't give me any moves like we got today, because I will jump on them. All right, so here's the NVDA trade. This is not me. I posted this earlier. I sent it out on social media because I thought it was funny. You know, somebody sends me a text message saying NVDA chases a race. So I already knew what this clown was doing. Okay? So, you know, this is, I mean, I guess it's not so much a chase. But to me, when you get a big red flush candle like this, I'm going to be looking for a bounce. I mean, that's just me. But it's probably why I miss these moves all the time. But, you know, he didn't miss it. Got in just under this level here, just under 145. That's what he was telling me. And just started taking profit. You know, started taking profit. You know, I told him not to take it here. I tried to give him 139. But you know, I don't know what happened here. I got to ask him. But this is where we should have got profit here, 139. But he got it up here at what, 140, 135.50 is where he got it. No, I'm off. Hold on. He sorted it. 144 here. Took some off at 142, 140.50. Okay, instead of 139, he got it at 140.50, and then got some down here 135.49. And this was supposed to be the final target, but I guess it was washing so good, you know, he held it. But this was the 5-minute opening range low. Okay, so obviously you could see this thing had washed out so hard. This was like below 10 RSI when it got here. So there was no opening range low trade. There was only a trade if it bounced and rejected here. But when it put in a 5-minute opening range low and it couldn't crack it, you know, it just killed it right here. Perfect execution. I can't, you know, say anything. The only criticism is this here, you know, being that you're only trading 100 shares, you just can't do this because it kind of hurts and stuffs your trade. Splitting it with 15 shares here and 10 shares here, taking off 15 shares here, he locked in another 100 and some bucks. So, you know, thinking that, you know, leaving 15 shares on didn't make sense, made a whole hell of a lot of sense. You know, being able to catch this move. So this was, you know, really nice. 474.99. Gave a little bit back here on this, but still, maybe I would have gotten in up here and probably would have been able to take some profit, you know, through 136, 135.50. But, you know, a good out right here. When it started to run up, that was a good out. You can look at this and tell we were kind of gearing up for something. Whenever you see a stock start to consolidate and the candles are really squeezed tight, you're going to make a move. And most of the time, if you're kind of slightly making higher lows, you're going to pop to the upside. So really good out here. Only lost a couple bucks. Not a bad, you know, it was worth it. Because if it pulled all the way back to 133, this would have been a really solid trade. And I don't blame him because here we made a lower high and a lower low relative to this. No reason I would have dismissed this. I would have been all over it too. So really nice catch. And he did also trade the CAT. So this is the same trade I took, but he was a tick later than me. He got in on this candle versus this candle. You know, I got in on this candle as soon as we broke this low. He just waited for that extra candle, which is kind of flip-flop of what normally happens. Normally he's getting in earlier. I'm the old man waiting for things to confirm before I make a move. So, but all in all, still a good trade. It's still a good afternoon trade on 100 shares. Just, you can make money trading 100 shares. You know, people don't think you can. You find the right trades, you find the right stock, you can make money trading 100 shares and growing your account. You know, it can happen. We've been doing it for a couple of years right here with everybody to see. All right, so that's going to do it for me today. Remember, you guys, if you want to take advantage of that special, you need to jump on it before midnight tomorrow. After that, that's it. It's gone. We're going to be focused on continuing to follow that roadmap and get everybody to being where they want to be in their trading. You know, that's our number one priority. And that's where I'm going with this. So you guys have a great night, a great evening, and I will catch you on the other side.